In the name of Almighty God, the most compassionate and the most merciful, I welcome you all to your own channel, my lovely friends and maybe students. By the way, today we are talking about the degrees of the polynomial, also the subtraction, addition, multiplication, division, synthetic method or Harber method, and also we will talk about the remainders. We will have some formulas in order to find the remainder of the polynomial, and the next lecture we will come inshallah on the examples. Try to find a very safe and silent place in order to listen and catch the lessons well. By the way, the topic is the first one, addition and subtraction of polynomials. Whenever you want to find the addition and subtraction result of the polynomials, the result for the sum, or subtract of polynomials is adding or subtracting the coefficients of the like or same terms. What does it mean? It means if you want to add the polynomials or you want to subtract the polynomial, just add or subtract the coefficient of the same or like terms. For example, we have px, it's equal to 3x to the power 4 plus 5x squared minus 7. We have qx, it is 4x to the power 4 minus 3x to the power 3 minus 10x to the power 2 plus 12. Now, in order to add them up, so you have to add the coefficients of the same or like terms. It means we have x to the power 4, we have x to the power 4. Then add these coefficients. 3 with 4, it is 7, x to the power 4. We do not have any x cube here, and we do not have also x cube and qx. So write it once again. Now, do we have x squared? Yes. They are with different signs. Now try to take the sign which has the large coefficient. So minus 10 with 5, you have to subtract because they have different signs. If they have same signs, so you have to add them up. If they have different sign, then subtract. Then minus 10 with 5, it is 5x squared, and plus 12 with minus 7, they have different signs. Which sign should I take? I think plus. Then 12 with 7, it is what? 5. This is the addition of px with qx. One thing more, whenever you are talking about degree, note, if degree of px is p and degree of qx is q, if P is greater than Q, then degree of Px plus minus Qx is what? It is the what? The highest degree. Highest degree we have in P or Q? I think P. Then the highest degree of Px plus Qx or minus Px minus Qx, it's P. Look in here. If I ask you what is the degree for Px plus Qx, so what do you think? Px is 4, Qx is also 4. They have same, then it is 4. But if Px is greater, then degree of Px is taken as the highest degree of Px plus Qx. If Qx degree is greater than the Px, then take the degree of Qx as the result or the highest degree for the Px plus Qx. I think it was very simple. Now come to the multiplication. Write it, please. Come to multiplication. Multiplication of the polynomial is the product of two polynomials equals the sum of the term that multiplying each terms of one polynomial with each terms of the second one. What does it mean? For example, we have 2x plus 1 multiply with x squared minus 3x plus 2. Now try to multiply each part of the first polynomial with each part of the second one. Then plus with plus is plus, 2 with 1 it's 2, x times x squared it's x cubed, plus with minus minus, 2 times 3 6, x squared, plus with this plus plus, 2 with 2 it's 4, 4x. Now I think we have to multiply plus 1 with each terms of the second one. Plus with this one, plus 1 with x squared, 1x squared, minus 3x, and plus 2. Now, this is the result. If you can add this result with the same degrees, then you can. We don't have any x cubed, but we have x squared, x squared. They have with different signs. So try to select the which sign which has the highest or greatest coefficient. Greatest coefficient is 6 and this one is 1. Then take this sign. It's minus 6 with 1. It is 6 plus 1. It's 5x square, 4x with 3x. I think it's plus 1x and we have 2. This is the result of these two polynomials which were in what? In product case or multiplication. Now we will talk inshallah on degrees. Write it, please. Come to the degrees. Whenever you have a polynomial by px, its degree is p, and you have another polynomial which is qx and its degree is q. Now first one, if I ask you what is the degree of px times qx, this one. Number second, degree of what? Degree of pqx. Number 3, degree of p to the power mx. Number 4, degree of what? Degree of px to the power m. And number 5, degree of x to the power m times px. These are the questions that we can ask. Degree of px times qx, it is p plus q. Degree of pqx, it is, what's the degree of p? It is p. What's the degree of qx? It's q. P time what? Time q. Times q. Yes. What's the degree for this one? If a polynomial px is raised to the power m, then this one is m. The degree of px is p. M times p. What is the degree of px to the power m? Instead of x, you are putting the variable x to the power m. Then this one is m times the degree of px was p. And also, if I ask you that this is a monom by name of x to the power m times the polynomial px, what's the degree? The degree would be m plus, what's the degree of this one? P. Should I write an example? Yeah. For example, if I ask you that the degree of px is 5, degree of qx it is 3. Now first, what is the degree of px times qx? What would be the answer? I think p plus q. What's p? 5. What's q? 3. 5 plus 3? 8. If you have a polynomial px and you have another polynomial qx, if you want to multiply, the degree would be the addition of these previous degrees. Number second, if I ask you what's the degree of pqx, what does it mean? It means the variable was x, now the variable is qx. This is the combination of the polynomials, or maybe the function. Now, what would be the answer? P times q. What's p degree? 5 times q, 3. 5 times 3, 15. Number 3, if I ask you what's the degree of p to the power 4x, it means if you raise the polynomial px to the power 4, the answer would be m times p. What's m? 4. What's p? The degree of the polynomial. Degree of polynomial, which polynomial? P or q? It's p. Then 5. 4 times 5, it's 20. Number 4, if I ask you what's the degree of p x to the power, for example, 2, what does it mean? It means in polynomial px, and instead of x, you have to put x to the power 2. Then what is the degree? The degree would be what? M times p. What is m? 2. What is p? P is the previous degree of the px. It's 5. 2 times 5, it's 10. And number 5, if I ask you degree of x to the power, for example, 4px, what does it mean? It means you have to multiply a monom by name of x to the power 4 with the px. Then what would be the degree? The degree is m plus p. What is m? M is 4. Plus, what is p? The previous degree of the polynomial px. The previous degree of the polynomial px, it was 5. 4 plus 5, it is 9. Write it, please. Okay, division of the polynomials. Division of polynomials. Whenever you have a polynomial of px divided by qx, here we have tx and here we have kx. First, what is px? Px is called dividend. Second, what is qx? Qx is called divisor. Third, what's tx? Tx is called quotient. And what is kx? Kx is called remainder. The conditions are, first, this kx, first we have to talk on px. Px should be the degree of px. Degree of px should be greater or equal to the degree of qx. Second, degree of kx it should be smaller than qx. It means to that polynomial we are calling remainder that the degree should be smaller than what? Divisor. And number 3, this division is right when it satisfies this condition. Px is equal qx times tx plus kx. If I talk that what is the degree of px divided by qx, whenever degree of px is p and degree of qx is q. So the degree of the division of px divided by qx, it is p minus q. I think you have got. Write it. We will come on example, inshallah. Come to one example. 2x squared minus x plus 1 is divided by x minus 3. How can we divide? First, try to know the conditions. The condition is the dividend degree must be greater or equal than divisor. Yes, it's greater. Then try to divide the first term with the first term. 2 divided by 1, it's 2. X squared divided by x, it's x. Then multiply this one with all the terms of the divisor. 2x times x, it is 2x squared. Plus with minus, this is 6x. Now you can subtract the terms. Minus 6 with minus, this one is plus 6 with minus 6, it's 5x plus 1. Now is this one the remainder? No, because the degree of this one is not less than the divisor. So divided plus divided by plus, it's plus. 5 divided by 1, it's 5, and x divided by x, it's 1. 5 times x, 5x minus 5 3, it's 15. Now you can subtract both terms. This is minus takes plus, so you can cancel this one. Plus 1 with this one, it is plus 16. Plus 16. If I ask you what is the remainder, the remainder is 16. What is the quotient? Quotient is 2x plus 5. There is another method also which is called synthetic division or Haber method. You can use this method whenever px is divided by x plus minus a. It means the divisor coefficient must be 1 and also the power must be 1. Now look to this question. The divisor is looking like this one. If this one looks like this one, then you can use synthetic division. What do I mean? We have 2x squared minus x plus 1 divided by what? X minus 3. Now, how can you use this method? In this method, try to take the coefficients of the what? Of the dividend. What is the coefficient? 2. What's the coefficient? Minus 1. What's the coefficient? It's 1. Now try to find the what? The 0 of this divisor. X minus 3 equal to 0. It is x 3. Now put here 3. Just take the coefficients of the what? Of the px polynomial, I mean the dividend, and this one equal, put it equal to 0. Try to find the 0 point. The 0 point for this one is 3. Then straight right to here. Now time this one or multiply this one with this term. 2 times 3, it is 6. 6 with 1, it is 5. Add them up. 5 with 3, it is 15. 15 with 1, it is 16. This is called remainder. and this one 2, we have 5. What are the signs? This one is also plus and this one is also plus. Now write in here terms of the x. Should I write which term? One term 1 degree less than the polynomial. What is the highest degree of the polynomial? It is 2. Then write here x to the power 1, x to the power 0. X to the power 0 is once again 1. 1 times 5, 1 plus 2x. This is called what? Tx, or quotient. But you can use synthetic method or Harber method whenever a polynomial of px is divided by a divisor which looks like x plus minus a. Else you cannot use. If I ask you that we have a polynomial 2x to the power 3 plus 3x squared plus x minus 1 divided by x squared minus 2, can we use synthetic method? No. In here, no Harber or synthetic method is used. Method is used. Then how can you find the remainder and also the quotient? Try to use this form. I think you have got. Write it please. We have a very simple question. 3x squared plus x minus 1 divided by x plus 1. The quotient is qx and the remainder is kx. Then find q2 plus kx. First we have to find what is qx. Can we use in here synthetic method or Harber method? Yes, we can. Why? Because the divisor is in which form? X plus minus a. So try to put the coefficients 3, then 1, then minus 1. What is the 0 point of x plus 1? It's minus 1. Straight, write 3 here. 3 times minus 1, it's minus 3. Minus 3 with this one, it's minus 2. Minus minus, this is plus 2. And 2 with 1, it is 1. So this is called kx or remainder. Now what is qx or tx? Qx in some books is tx. Qx is 3. What's the power of this one? X squared. Then write 1 degree smaller from the dividend, 3x, then minus 2. This is qx. Now what the question is? The question is q2 plus kx. How can you find q2? Q2 is, instead of x you have to put 2. 3 times 2 minus 2. Then q2 is 3 times 2, 6 minus 2. Q2 is 6 minus 2, it's 4. Now what the question is? Q2 plus Kx. What Qx is? 4 plus what Kx is? 1. 4 plus 1, 5. I think you have got. Write it please. Remainder of the polynomials. To find the remainders we have some different forms. What do I mean? If the first one if px is divided by a what? By a divisor which looks like ax plus b. Now the remainder is kx. What this kx is? This kx is, first you have to find the zero of this divisor. It means you have to equal this one with 0. Now solve it for x. Ax is minus b. Divide both sides by a. So you will find minus b divided by a. Now this minus b divided by a, put it in px. So you will have p instead of x. You have to put minus b divided by a. This is kx. I mean this is the remainder. What do I mean? Let me write an example. For example, we have px. Px is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 5. This is divided by 2x plus 6. Now, what kx is? First check. 2x plus 6 is like this one. So, 2x plus 6 equal to 0. Then find the x. X is 2x is minus 6. Divide both sides by 2. So, x will be minus 3. Now, put this minus 3 in px. So, you will find p instead of x minus 3, and instead of x minus 3 raised to the power 2 minus 3 times minus 3 plus 5. Now minus square plus 3 square 9 minus minus plus 3 9 plus 5. Now 9 it's 18. 18 with this one, I think 23. This 23 is kx. This is the first form. Now write it. We will come to the second one. Second form is px is divided with such divisor. Now how can we solve? In here x raised to the power n plus minus a equal to 0. Solve it for x to the power n. X to the power n is plus minus a. Now instead of x plus n in the polynomial of px, you have to put plus minus a. That putting of plus minus a, the result will be the remainder. What do I mean? For example, if we have a polynomial of px, it is 2x to the power, for example, what? For example, 6 plus 4x to the power 4 plus 2x square minus 3. This is divided by x to the power 3 minus 2. Now, find kx. I mean remainder. How can you solve? First, x to the power 3 minus 2 should be equal to 0. X to the power 3 is 2. Now, write this polynomial in which form? X to the power 3. I mean px, it should be written to this x to the power 6 is x to the power 3 raised to the power 2. Yes. Plus, how should I write this one? For x to the power 3, x to the power 1. Why? Because x to the power 3 times x to the power 1, it would be once again x to the power 4 plus 2x square minus 3. Am I right or not? Yes. Now 2, instead of x to the power 3, write 2 raised to the power 2 plus 4. Instead of x to the power 3, you have to write 2 times x plus 2x square. Instead of x square, you don't have anything else. Then write it the same, what it is, minus 3. Now, 2 to the power 2, it's 4. 4 with 2, it's 8. Plus 4 times 2, 8. X plus 2x square minus 3. Then you can solve this one. You can simplify. First, I have to write 2x square plus 8x, and 8 minus 3, this is 5. This is called remainder or kx. This was the second form to find the remainder of a polynomial. Now we will come inshallah with the third form. Third form. If we have px divided by x minus a, then the remainder is a. And we have another polynomial qx. It's divided by same divisor, x minus a. Now the remainder is b. A and b are the remainders of px and qx respectively. Now the question is px plus or minus qx divided by x minus a, what the remainder is? The remainder is a plus minus b. The remainder is a plus minus b. The fourth one, or for example, or with the same category, px times qx divided by x minus a. Now, what the remainder is? A times b. If px is divided by x minus a, the remainder is a. Qx is divided by x minus a, the remainder is b. The addition or subtraction, what the remainder is? The remainder is, once again, the addition and subtraction. If we multiply these two, the remainder would be the multiply of the a and b respectively. For example, we have px divided by x minus 3, then the remainder is 5. And we have qx divided by x minus 3, nothing else. The remainder is, for example, 7. If I say what px plus qx divided by what? Divided by x minus 3, what the remainder is? Then the solution is kx is equal to the addition of the remainders, previous remainder. We have 5 plus 7, and that is 12. If I say px times qx divided by x minus 3, what the remainder is? The remainder is kx, and that is the multiplication of the previous remainders. 5 with 7, it is 35. Write it, please. Number 4. If px is divided by x minus a, and the remainder would be, for example, a. The remainder would be, for example, a. Now, once again, this px is divided by another polynomial, x minus b, and the remainder would be b. Now the question is, if px is divided simultaneously by multiplication of both of them, then what the remainder would be? Px is divided by x minus a, the remainder is a. Px is divided by x minus b, the remainder is b. Px is divided simultaneously by multiplication of both of them. Now what the remainder is? The remainder is kx, and this kx is in the form of mx plus n. I'm sure that you haven't get that what kx equal to mx plus n. What does it mean? We will write an example. Write it, please. We will find it, inshallah. Px is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 5. Px is divided by x minus 3, it's 9. Px is divided by both of them, the multiplication of both of them. Now what the remainder is? First, you have to note that the remainder is mx plus n. First, find the remainder of this one. It is 5, but how we can write 5? We have to find the 0 point of x minus 2. X minus 2 equal to 0, then x is 2. This 2 has put it in here. P2 is equal to what? 5. P2 is what? P2 is kx. I mean remainder. How can you write a remainder? Mx plus n equal to 5. Instead of x, you have to put 2. Then this is 2m plus n 5. This is the first equation. Second, how can you find the remainder of this one? X minus 3 equal to 0. Then x is equal to 3. Am I right? Then 3 put in here. It's called P3 equal to what? Equal to 9. X equal to 3, put here P3. P3 is remainder, and that is 9. Then instead of P3, is this one kx? Yes. What kx is? Mx plus n. It is 9. Instead of x, you find 3. 3m plus n, it is 9. This is the second equation. Now you can solve both of them. 2m plus n is 5, 3m plus n, it is 9. Now sum these two equations, no, subtract them. You will cancel this one. 2m with minus 3m, it's minus m, it's minus 4, minus minus is cancelled, m is 4. Now put 4 in here. 2m plus n is 5, 2, and instead of m, 4 plus n is 5, 2 times 4, it's 8, plus n is 5, n is 5 minus 8, and n is minus 3. What is the remainder of this polynomial? The remainder of this polynomial is kx, and it is mx gamma n, mx plus n. Kx, and instead of m, you can find 4x plus, and instead of n, minus 3. This is the remainder of the px divided by both of them simultaneously. I think you have got. Write it, please. The last one, if we have px is divided by ax plus b whole raised to the power n, and the kx is 0, the remainder is 0, then you have to know what the remainder is. Ax plus b equal to 0, so you will find the x minus b divided by a. Now put this one in here, so it would be p minus, and instead of x you will put minus b divided by a. This one is 0. This is called kx. Now if you want to take the first derivative of the px, so it would be p prime. Now put in here also this minus b divided by a, so it would be once again 0. If you put this minus b divided by a in second derivative, it would be once again 0. If you put this one in third derivative, so it would be 0 up to n minus 1 derivative. If you put this minus b divided by a, it would be once again 0. Inshallah, we will talk on this method in the next lecture. Write it, please. By the way, it was our third lecture in polynomials. Inshallah, we will have the best examples for the next lecture. By the way, Allah Hafiz.